I don't like bugs, terrified of snakes. Just knowing like the moment I go to sleep, I'm at the mercies of nature.
Everyone's asleep, but Robbie and I, one of the camera guys, and he tries to get my attention. I look at him and his eyes are like super big and like just pointing like really dramatically. And we just see this scorpion just like lying right by his sleeping pad. Robbie set up his tent. And I was like, and I'm resigned to just sit out here on this cliff.
By far, my favorite meal has been the cinnamon roll.
Yeah, buddy. Which cinnamon roll do we want to give to the camera crew?
We decided to do a communion on this course. I think I saw a change in the community after that night, because everyone at that time on the course was going through some intense stuff individually, and doing the communion devo really kind of brought that extra layer of togetherness to light.
We're SROM, Solid Rock Outdoor Ministries. We've spent the last 30 years training people to be leaders in the wilderness. This time, we're taking a group of SROM veterans on their own course into Red Rock Canyon and the remote Grand Canyon to go deeper and live 15 days in the wilderness.
Get up, we'll fight the darkness right beside you day and day out. Forget the days behind us now. You are here to stay out.
I'm ready for the adventure.
Here are our stories in the canyon.
This is going to be a great interview. Of all the days to be LOD, this one was the best one.
Didn't even have to whip out the map.
Yeah. Our planning was last night was, what time do you want breakfast to be over? Great, we're done.
Check.
Go to bed.
Deer Creek was created by God for a rest day, for sure. He's an intentional God.
Since it was a rest day, we did want to do something.
So we're at the top of Deer Creek and Deer Spring area, and so below us there's the falls. So we haven't been able to see them yet, and so today for our rest day, our leaders of the day facilitated a hike down.
It's just such an iconic river. I mean, the list of cities that would not exist without this river is mind-blowing. The Colorado River hasn't reached the Sea of Cortez, its ending terminus, since like the 1980s. So that's, a concern of mine, because I just really love this place and I love the Colorado River. So I got a chance to talk to a few students, just kind of build some awareness on what's going on with the river. Officially, every drop of the Colorado River is allocated nowadays, and I think every drop is used like 10 times or something crazy. Yeah, we built massive cities in the desert and got to power them somehow, so. The evening we finally got to Deer Creek. It was beautiful, but I started to notice Jess's knee.
We had quite a few days of pretty intense downhill. Yesterday, at the end of our hike, I was like, wow, I feel that in my knee. That hurts.
And it was getting pretty swollen, and the swelling was getting worse. So luckily we had a rest day the next day, so we're like, okay, let's see what happens.
Instead of hiking down with everyone to go see the beautiful waterfall that's right below us, I'm gonna hang out up here, rest my knee.
And I stayed back with her.
The past 3 days have been a physical challenge for me, which has been fun. But it's been really cool to see our group, our little family here, really just come around me and support me in that. They've been awesome.
We just kept her knee in the cold water of Deer Creek, trying to keep it nice and cold. And I was trying to massage out any fluid in the knee just to do anything I could to make sure it wasn't gonna bother her on the way out.
This is massive falls, like so intense and beautiful and lovely. So we just kind of jumped in. We jumped into the falls, we had a beach day, set up a tarp. And then also had just some time to take naps, keep getting wet, having good conversations, painting. Just a really fun day.
A big moment for me on this trip was down at Deer Creek. God's brought something up in my life and some anger has come out of that. And I was actually down by one of the waterfalls, just throwing rocks and just yelling at God. Just really kind of pissed off. Asking him a lot of questions, like why this, why that. The only response I really got from God was, look at the beauty around you. Look how this canyon has been formed through wind and rain and sun, crumbling in a lot of ways, and it's broken in a lot of ways, and yeah, it's so beautiful. And it's continuing, this river is continuing to dig deeper and deeper. But the deeper you go, the more beautiful people say it is, how amazing it is. Look at that, that's incredible. Just God brought that back up in me. The walls around you right now are crumbling. Everywhere you look, there's just deserts. The rivers go deeper and the rains come and the storms come. It becomes more beautiful. That's just really a concept that God is working in me and teaching me. I can't deny that truth just being out there. It's pretty amazing.
It was bummed that you and Keith weren't down there to join us, but yeah, your knee was swollen.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you were up here. I'm glad we had the chance that you came out at least to the edge so we could pray for you. And I felt good. I'm kind of glad Keith was up here, which, I don't blame him. If my wife was on the trip, I'd hang out with her too.
Yeah.
I would say so far today's been successful in terms of kind of gearing up for the last 2 days of the trip. Yeah.
It's been a lot of days of going, so it felt really good to know that was really the only goal and plan for the day, was to rejuvenate and whatever that means for you.
Got a few more things tonight. Get to bed at 9 o'clock, because then it's time to hike to the top.
Woo!
Yeah.
I know, that thing has been staring me in the face all day.